Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever edition of Mushpoie Gears, where I will be conducting some brief interviews among the player base. So with me today I have Blaze, a level 119 ranger of the Forsaken Soldiers Guild. Thanks for coming today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. And so, just gonna jump right into the questions here.
Go for it.
When did you start Flyff? What's the story behind it?
I started when very young. Not obviously Flyff Universe. I started the original Flyff, obviously with the Moonstones and Sunstones era.
Yeah.
This was probably when I was in middle school, high school kind of thing. So I would play back then, and I would always like Rangers, so that's why I picked a Ranger again. But I didn't know they were broken here, like when I started playing,
Yeah.
because Rangers were the worst class back in the day, obviously. So I just wanted to choose a Ranger again. But yeah, I started very like the old times when they had G potatoes and stuff like that. But I don't remember when exactly I started, but I
Yeah.
would play back then, and then obviously I stopped playing. I thought the game died, and then randomly I just saw Flyff Universe, and I just clicked on it just to because of old memories and shit. So, and to my surprise, it was you didn't have to download anything, and you just go on the website and click play, and I made a guest account first, and I just started playing again, and I was like, oh, this shit's pretty cool. Just the fact that not downloading, it's easily accessible. You can go on your mobile device as well. So that's why I just started to play again, I guess you can say.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
No.
Um, so what is your favorite and least favorite parts of Flyff Universe?
My favorite is like honestly it's like the trading aspect of it, because in real life I'm in sales and stuff, and I do negotiations and things of that nature for work.
Yeah.
And fly, it's like it's fun to negotiate items and penya and shit like that, and try to like get the best deal out possible, because in a sense it kind of prepares me in real life when I do negotiation. So I find this as like a little test subject. It's fake money, it's fake items and stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
it's not as punishing in like in the real world. So I use that as my favorite thing, and the least would probably be uh the grinding, I guess, like the leveling up part. I
Yeah,
feel like
not always
they need
fun.
to. I feel like they need to fix that a little bit, because if you're not permanent and if you're not amping, you're basically fucking screwing yourself, and you're getting like zero point zero 0.01 per exp. I don't know, like yeah, when you're your levels around 60, it's different, but when you're past like 110, it just
Yeah.
becomes an absolute grind. And then it's like you gotta, like in my experience, if I amp and everything, I get like 20 to 25% exp per hour, you know what I mean? So, and it's going lower and lower by the by the level. So right now I'm probably getting like 19 and 18% per hour.
Yeah.
So in theory I have to put in 5 to 6 hours just to level up once. And I think it's a bitch. And
Yeah, it is
one
a bit
thing
of a
I
grind.
yeah, that's what I would say is like the worst.
Yeah, for sure. So what are your so what are your current thoughts on the community right now?
The committee is cool. I feel like it's the players that are on now are basically the players like me that you would play the original Flife.
Yeah.
I know there are a few that are like they started new, but they're like, I feel like they quit after level like 20 to like 60 maybe, I guess. I don't know, but like the people that are higher level that are like to 120, 140, that kind of era, I feel like they're the ones that played this game before. They know the ins and outs of it, and
Yeah.
they and those are the people I mostly chat with. Like I don't chat with newcomers. I chat with the older generation, and those people tend to be a little older, like my age and stuff. So a little more mature audience. So in that aspect, I do like having conversations with them. Like they don't get offended over stupid little jokes here and there, but where like the new generation, they get offended over everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So
for sure.
that, I mean, the player base in that aspect is cool, but there just isn't enough of them. Like it's just a very. I feel like the game is dying. That's why I honestly don't invest any. Um, I don't buy any. What is it called now? F coins or whatever.
Yeah, F
I
coins.
I never spent any money on the game. I just do it for fun. I mean, I know people that have spent a lot, but in my head, it's just more. I won't invest in something that I believe. First, it's a video game. I get, but like I get if you do spend it, But in my head, I want gonna spend money on something I believe isn't gonna last a very long time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Well,
All right. So, what would you like to see from the game in the near future? Is there anything you got in mind?
um, dungeons, bringing them, better dungeons. Um, I would want more quests to make it a little easier to grind. When you're around level 120 plus.
Hmm.
Um, the items, the make it easier, a little easier to get like legendary items like bloody bow and stuff like that, which I've been trying to get, but it's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, they get a little pricey.
Yeah, it's like right now it's 600 mil just to get a clean one, and that's like I don't spend money on the game, so like for me it's like, all right, how the fuck do I come up with that much money? I mean I can sell my bow, but make a shop here and there, but it's a lot of investment. Like it's a lot of time wasted. You know what I mean? Instead of
Yeah.
just buying G pots and selling.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. Like I know they're bringing back piercings now, which is pretty. I get. I feel like the pet system is fucking stupid right now. It's like the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. The amount of money you have to invest and put in for a pet, like it's just ridiculous. It's not even like the old. It was easier. You know what I mean? Back in the day.
Yeah, I
Now
definitely
it's like,
agree there.
yeah, well nowadays like to get like a good pet, like close to a bill, you know what I mean? Like that's like it's not worth the stats that it's giving in my
Yeah.
sense, in my head. What else? The pet system's trash. The piercings, I guess. Well, we have to wait and see how that goes. Um, the jewelry is okay, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Like after 140, there's really nothing much you can do, and what I'm hearing is they're gonna bring it to 160 now, so it's even more grinding. Which is like, how are you even gonna, like
Yeah.
give point oh 0.01 again until you reach 160? Like it's just constant grinding, and they just keep adding more and more objectives. Where it's like you can make it a little easier for players, and that's why people quit. I feel like they just think like, oh, like there's no reward. At the end of the day, like okay, I get to 120. Like what do I get? Nothing. You're just, you're done.
Yeah,
Like,
it
like
gets pretty
140, you're done.
tasking.
Yeah, it's like, what do you do after that? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you can go giant hunting, get, like, you already got to the point, like, you got to 140. Like, what's after that? You know what I mean? And that's never going to change in a sense because you just, okay, they change it to 160. Okay, I get to 160. What's next? Like, you're just going to keep increasing the level gap. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
really something obtainable in my head.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So is there any players that you used to know in the old game that you've come across?
There was one, but he doesn't know who I am. His name was
No.
Flash Cry. I remember him in ABA, like not ABA. I forgot what server I used to play for, but it was the WXP one. Even that shit was
Oh
a
yeah.
bitch. Like, what's it called? Do you remember? I forgot the name.
Shit, yeah, it's on the tip of my tongue, but was it Yeti maybe?
I don't think it was Yeti.
No, maybe not.
If you say it, I'll know which one it was, but I don't know which one.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, I
it
know what you're
wasn't
saying.
ABA. It was maybe it wasn't the Wolf, was it? No. Um,
Yeah, I honestly can't remember.
Damien maybe? I don't know. Whatever. But the take it like it would be that's the only one. But like people realize Loki knew me, but I didn't know them. They're like, "Oh, did you play in that server?" Like I remember you, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did," but I don't know who they are. So like it's vice versa. Like they will know who I am, but I don't know who they are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, did you have the same name in the old game?
yeah, that's why I had it.
Okay, word, word.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm not gonna know someone else's by another name. You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck would I know?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. All right, and so just for my last question here, do you have any other words for the Flyff Universe community?
Um, I mean, keep grinding, I guess. Like, what the fuck else are you gonna do? Like shit. Like
Yeah, yeah.
people quit. Like I don't know. Like it's just like I feel like they have to make us like a way to encourage players to play the game at lower levels. Like there's nothing really like they don't do damage. The way they changed up the like I remember when I was in the other flight, like you can give your jewelry to a vagrant and like start
Yeah,
from one and rush your way up. You know what I mean? But now you have level caps to it. You have to, and especially the monsters too. There's level capped at like what 20 I think it is. I don't know.
yeah, something
Um,
like that.
Yeah, that's just they're just making it so it's much more of a grind. Because I remember when I first started I didn't start like once it came out. I started like a month ago. Like I'm already 119 and like a month and a half, maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
So it's like I recently like I didn't start with everyone else. I would probably be 140 if I did, but it's just the fact is like it's just the only reason why people get this high is because they played the game before. And if you're a newcomer, like you're not gonna get to this level with from scratch. Like you need to know the ins and out of the game, like how to level and where to level and shit like that. But like people that are new to the game, they don't know that, so they just like end up quitting because they just don't. They just think it like it's pointless. Like you just grind. There's the PvP server is pretty fucked. Like it's not really the higher levels just kills the lower levels. You know what I mean? It's not really fun in that aspect. If you're level like 60 going in against a level like 119 like me, like I'm just gonna one shot you. So it's like, well, what do I
Yeah.
do?
Yeah,
So I mean, they have to
exactly.
come up with a better system like that. I guess. I mean, other than that, like it's just again, I have no other words for it. It's just I'm just doing this as like a time pass. I don't really put too much effort in. I'll just come in,
Yeah, that's
play like
fair.
an hour or two, go to the gym, go to work and stuff, and just like talk to people here. Just and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's meant to kind of be like a good time filler,
Yeah, it's like
socialize,
stress.
have fun on a game for a bit.
Yeah, like find a support, grind for an hour or two, whatever. Level up, and then just call it a day and go to the gym, go do your other activities.
Yeah.
Some people take the game a little too serious, which I don't understand. Where they'll spend their whole life on it, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, fair, fair.
Just like like go out but yeah, like I said, like I use this game more of like an excuse to like trade and like like socialize with people because that's what I do on a daily basis in my own career. So it's like I kind of use it as practice
Hmm.
to see how much I can push, like to sell something or to buy something. It's like using the sales taxes I know in real life to go in the game. Like again, I haven't like bought any F coins ever, and I made a good amount of money just by that experience, which other people can't do. So they just tend to buy F coins.
Yeah.
So it's just like me. I promised myself I want to see how high I can get to the up the ladder without spending a single dollar on the game. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah, that's respecting that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, yeah, I think that's all my questions here for that. Yeah, thanks for your time, and
Yeah, no
yeah,
worries.
it's been awesome.
You got it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so my next guest today is level 100 build poster Dothir. Shit, I forgot how to pronounce it again. How?
Dothiraqii.
Dothiraqii?
Yes, yes, that's
All
right.
right. Of the Saint Guild. So thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming in.
no problems.
All right, so jumping into the questions. When did you start playing Flyff? What's the story behind that?
So first time I stopped playing was I think in 2009, 8.
Mm.
That was the original Flyff. Back in the days, I was just a young guy, just tried to find a free to play game. So I came across this game
Yeah.
and then got hooked up to it ever since.
Yeah, for
I've
sure.
been going on and off for a while. The last time I actually played seriously in the original Flyff was 2014-ish.
Okay, yeah.
So when I found out this is coming out as a remake and back from the old version, so I gave it a try. So I've been about 20 days in this universe now.
Yeah, cool, cool.
Yeah.
So what are some of your favorite and least favorite parts of Flyff Universe?
Well, I'm still quite fresh to be honest with the Flyff Universe game.
Mm.
But what I like about it is they've implemented more in terms of you need to do things together. You need to be more reliant on other support rather than just being yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is one of the main things that actually made me to consider playing seriously again.
Mhm.
But I've still got a lot to learn, to be honest, and explore. I've only been pretty much paying for power levels. I don't even have gear myself at the moment.
Yeah, fair, fair. It gets a little pricey sometimes.
uh, but now we're older, we've got that money, from work and everything, so we can splash some money out.
Yeah, for sure. Alright, so what are your current thoughts on the community right now?
The community is it's great actually, to be honest. There's quite a lot of people that being very useful and helpful, and I've noticed most of the community over here is pretty much mature old people, like not old, like I wouldn't say old per se, like, but older generation, so they're quite mature and helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
So I do like it quite a lot, to be honest. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Have you come across anybody that you used to know in the old game?
Oh yeah. Two people, I think.
Okay, sweet, sweet.
Mm.
And we see here. Yeah, other than that, do you have any closing words here for the Flyff Universe community?
Yeah, to be honest, you caught me off guard. I just came back from a long day, so
Yeah, fair,
and
fair.
yeah, and then I wasn't expecting to get an interview in.
Yeah,
But
no.
yeah, word is just like I just wish everyone just keeps, keep it going together, like get more people together and probably possibly provide more feedback to the game devs and try and build it together. But
Yeah.
other than that, there's not much else. I'm still quite new, so I need to learn a few things in terms of what's changed compared to the old one.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
haven't
there's
keeping up.
this.
I haven't been up to date with in terms of the devs of how active they are or not, but they seemed quite active.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, they've
yeah,
they've been pretty active from what I've seen. There's
and
a lot of different stuff about Flyff Universe compared to like the old game, you know?
I just wish they fixed the position lag. That's the main thing, to be honest, at the moment.
The fixing of which, sorry?
The position lag when you teleport all of a sudden you're in somewhere else.
Oh, yeah, like
Your
the rubber
position,
banding and all
yeah,
that,
the rubber
like,
banding, yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Especially me, I'm in Europe, so it probably worse for me.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, not too bad.
All right, well,
Cool.
yeah, I think that's that for questions. Thanks for your time. Thanks for
Great,
coming
mate,
in here.
Chase. I never got your name or anything.
Uh,
Introduction from you.
oh, yeah, I guess I haven't given an introduction of myself at all
Yeah,
yet today. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, you soon I would at least get that,
Yeah,
rather than just be a stranger.
my name is Ethan. Freedom
Ethan.
Dive in game. Played yeah, I played it back in 2007 is when I started. I was a little kid,
Oh,
so yeah.
yeah, not far. I think pretty much a lot of people got similar stories, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, I
If you,
think
if you, It'll be interesting to see from your interview results. I think most people have similar stories started back in 2008, 10, 9, and
yeah,
then coming back here.
there's like a really big nostalgia factor definitely
Yeah,
in the
yeah, it
game.
must. Yeah, that's pretty much what's probably keeping up the game in my life.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But it's nice that they're actually doing things for us, so that's a bonus.
Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
seem pretty involved.
yeah. Cool.
All right,
What do you
awesome.
expect to get out of these interviews? How many people have you interviewed so far?
You're the second person.
Oh,
Yeah,
quite okay.
so still fresh with the interviews.
Yeah, what's your goal, like, or you just
Um, yeah, my
going with
my
the
goal,
flow?
like, I'm just thinking, you know, it was kind of a creative outlet on my part. I just felt like making a video, and probably just more community involvement, you know, like it's the kind
Mm-mm-mm.
of game you're spending a lot of time playing. There's a lot of people around you spending that similar amount of time, so it makes it
Mm.
a happier
That's
place
nice.
when everybody's kind of familiarized, you know.
Yeah, that's nice of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
more
well,
the better.
that explains the community question you have. Look, we've got people like you coming and stepping forward and doing more than what they need to do to the
Yeah,
community, etc. So there you go. That's the community itself.
yeah. That's
You
yeah,
represent the community.
yeah. I gotta represent
Yes.
the Mushpoie server.
Yeah, yeah. That's all right then. Is there anything else you need from me? Or
No, no. I think that's all my questions. Thank you again for your time.
cheers, mate.